I'm Jen Burson, the founder of Generation PR and the creator of Generation Academy. Thank you so much for being here. Might seem like a super basic topic, and it actually is. We're going to be talking about lead times and pitches. The reason we're chatting about this, kind of bringing it back to basics, is because we're getting this question quite a bit, kind of managing the timeline of short lead pitching, long lead pitching. And it's good for a refresher. And it seems like things tend to change a little bit here and there in terms of lead times and what editors typically like to have in terms of a runway. So we want to kind of play nice, play by the current rules, and we always keep you updated on what's happening in PR, what's happening when it comes to pitching the media, what moves the needle. We're running a PR agency. This is not stuff we're sharing based on what worked 5 years ago, 5 months ago. We are kind of boots on the ground for you guys, and we're, doing what you're doing, and we just want to help all of us, including me, my agency, my team. We all want to stay ahead of the curve. So this question about short and long lead, I know when you're kind of new to PR, it's hard to navigate timelines for pitching. So as you think about your press plan for clients and you strategize your pitches every week, every month, and then what you're going to do each week, it's really important and pretty essential to understand the differences between these two types of lead time publications, so you can take advantage of both the long and short lead pitch opportunities and time it right. So let's talk about what they are, how you can start prioritizing long and short lead in your pitching routine and get on top of that ASAP. So just overview, what is long and short lead? Long lead pitching is almost always for print media. And when we say long lead, short lead, it's the lead time or the amount of time it takes for a pitch to convert to a feature and when that feature will run. And we say long lead because print publications take a lot longer to turn over, to produce, basically, from what they're working on today. And then when that content goes live, it's usually about, or not live, but is printed, it's usually about 4 months. The short lead publications are usually always for online publications. It can also be those celebrity weekly magazines that tend to have about 3 to 4 weeks lead time. Sometimes you can squeeze something in as fast as like a week and a half. Most volume is going to be online publications. And then, of course, there are a lot of print outlets that have online versions. So they have two separate departments. A lot of these publications, like let's say in my industry is beauty, Allure will have Allure Print and Allure.com. They're two separate departments, separate media outlet opportunities. You're pitching online editors, online beauty editors. It's totally different content writers and people considering content. So the print publication of Allure or Cosmo or whatever would be long lead, and the website is short lead. So we've got those two different considerations. Short leads are about a month to 2 months ahead. If you're, let's say, for example, if it's January, your short lead pitching months that you're focusing on are February, getting ready for March, and wrapping up stuff that could possibly go live in January, because those short lead opportunities can turn around pretty quick. I mean, we've had some that have been same day. We've had some that have been the next day. If it's very timely, very relevant, you have a great relationship, you can ask them for a favor and kind of squeeze something in very, very quickly. That's always like really awesome and very much impresses the client. It doesn't always happen. Long lead pitches are about, it used to be 3 months ahead, 3 sometimes, typically about 4 to 5 months ahead of time. So when I say we're bringing this topic up as a refresher, it's also because we have noticed that lead times are pushed back for print and pushed up ahead a little bit for digital. So lead times for digital seem to be shortening, and lead time for print seems to be longer. Keeping in mind this timeline, if it's January, your long lead pitching months that you're focused on would be like April-ish, if that's ready to go and you're pitching. And then if it's something you're like pitching maybe for the first time, you're focusing on May and June. So they can be longer depending on the publication, depending on the type of feature, the reasoning, kind of where it fits in. Sometimes company profiles or founder features take a little bit longer to pull together. There's interview coordination. Maybe the publication's going to come out and take headshots. That happens less and less lately. Usually they'll take your submitted photos, which is always great and easy. But holiday gift guide pitching starts at least a solid 6 months ahead of time for those December issues. And keep in mind that the focus is going to be around products that will generate affiliate revenue. There has to be a very strong affiliate revenue component. Okay, so keep that in mind. So some examples of lead times that you need to keep track of. So you know what short and long lead are now. So some examples of how this would pan out in terms of your organization and your strategy for clients. So lead time 4 to 6 months. This is national magazines, those heritage titles that work 4 to 6, not 6, but like, let's say 3 to 4, typically sometimes 5+ when it comes to gift guides. So if you're pitching a story, 4 months is reasonable. That's when you should be thinking about it. If you're pitching a product, especially for holiday gift guide, you need to be thinking for gift guide about 6 months ahead, because they're reviewing products, they're testing, they're thinking and weighing so much. They're coming up with like overall story ideas. Is it the recipient? Is it the product amount, like the price, and that's like under 25, or is it a stocking stuffer? Like they're putting these ideas together and they're considering a lot. So those tend to take 5-6 months. If there's a 2 to 3 month lead time, this is typically regional publications. These are the publications like magazines. There's, like the modern luxury publishers have all of the local markets, Riviera, Hamptons, like all of that. They are going to be focused on news and products and stories that are about your city, your state, the region where they're published. So there has to be a local connection. Is the company based in the area? Is the founder from the area? Are the products sold in certain brick and mortar that are in the area? Think about that when you're pitching local, regional, and that tends to be 2 to 3 months out. So to put this in terms of the 3 biggest gift-giving holidays, regional magazines start to collect items for Mother's Day in like February, March. Father's Day would come in around like March, April, and Christmas holiday time is around September. Okay, so now 1 to 2 months lead time. These are online versions of these national heritage publications. It could also be really well-run websites with lots of content that they're looking for. Content, like Refinery 29 or like Birdie Beauty, these sites that have big editorial teams behind them. And obviously they're looking for affiliate revenue as well, but they're working a month or 2 out. And that also includes, like I said, the national online versions of print heritage publications. They would be focusing on, let's say, Mother's Day around March. Father's Day, start pitching the next month in April. And for the holidays, start pitching in October. Follow up with new ideas, new angles, just keep at it, because they're going to continue as long as their articles are running and generating revenue. There's no reason not to keep posting content about products, because if it's generating revenue, they're going to go back to that content all day long. And actually, if your product is converting especially well for them, they will rerun the article with a new headline. They'll include that product in another article around a similar topic. like I have my client with the LED face mask. We did an article with Daily Beast and it converted very well. They made a lot of money on it because the affiliate commission was pretty high because it's a high price point item. They reran the same article with a new headline. They retooled it a little bit with another new headline. So 3 times so far in Daily Beast, essentially same article is run. And then whenever there's like roundups that the product could fit, they're featuring it because they know that it converts. So keep in mind, don't just pitch once, follow up, new angle, new ideas. Here's how you can feature it. And we also know not to really like hide the 8 ball when it comes to the affiliate revenue opportunity. Don't hide it. It used to be kind of like, oh, available on Amazon. Now it's like commissions on our website. We're on Share a Sale. Commissions are this, like reach out. We can set up a custom commission or whatever. Like that is not presumptuous. Now it's really driving decisions and moving the needle. So you can mention it. You can mention if you know stats on how products convert. Publications with a lead time of a month. If you have just a month left, you can still focus on good coverage for, let's say, regional, local TV, newspapers, daily online publications. If it's a smaller podcast, bigger podcasts tend to book their guests out way in advance. If it's a smaller one, but very topic specific, pitch that out. You still may have the opportunity. So you do have like a month-ish. You can still pitch these types of publications, but the clock's ticking. So think about, let's say, Mother's Day gift guide for short leads, digital versions. Start sending that out in like late March, early April, Father's Day, late April, early May. And then holidays would be like November, before Thanksgiving, before Black Friday. And then if they have some kind of a last minute gifting consideration, especially if there's an affiliate opportunity tied to affiliate. You guys cannot be in PR, especially for products, without understanding how affiliate marketing is working. It's a game. We have to learn the rules of the game. And, don't hate the player, hate the game, but learn the rules so you can dominate it, right? You want to help your clients navigate this new world and advise them so that you don't spin your wheels for months. And you should be talking about it when you are vetting your new clients, and you should bringing it up to advise your current clients about the landscape, the media landscape, and how that's a factor. So another thing to keep in mind is to start letting TV opportunities know as early as you can, but most of the time they'll make a decision a couple days ahead of time to start coordinating the segment. Sometimes it could be as quick as day of if they have a guest cancel. Some morning shows will book guests ahead of time. So like the Today Show, I had a client come from LA or San Diego to appear on the Today Show. We booked it out, knowing that event was coming up. It was for the Kentucky Derby, and NBC was hosting the televised Derby, and they knew that was coming. So they booked her, 10 days in advance. They will book in advance. Sometimes day of if someone drops out. You just never know. And then anything that's sort of less than a month, it doesn't hurt to ask. So if you're in that zone, it's end of November, December, maybe like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, after Thanksgiving is over and done and everybody's moved on, you're in that sweet spot towards the end of the year, it doesn't hurt to ask. Focus on any last minute pitches on daily publications. So if you find yourself hoping for like a major national PR feature within a short time frame, tell clients that's not possible. You'll have clients reach out in November, potential clients, and say, we want to be in gift guides. And you have to say, you've missed the boat. Because even if you think you can land those quick converting gift guides, it's pretty unlikely. And you also aren't going to jump in November and have a strategy in place, build a media list, start pitching, and have anything really of any substance converting in December. So like, I know we all want to do whatever we can to land clients, but you can't tell a client end of October, November, like, yeah, I'll pitch you out for holiday gift guides. It's just not going to happen. But if they're already, on your roster and you've pitched other times other ideas, but they still have something maybe that could be a last minute thing, like overnight shipping for the price of standard shipping or free shipping, or a digital delivery of a gift card or something like that. You can pitch for those last minute publications, daily publications, digital, like, online versions of print magazines, maybe even newspaper that has a daily feature, or TV shows. But think of a plan B and come up with what might be relevant in, a few months out, so that if you have somebody that's like paying attention to your pitches, figure out how you can make it relevant for after the holidays, right? Just quickly, how do you incorporate long and short lead pitching into your press plan? Obviously, we're creating press plans for every one of our clients, and it'll inform your pitching strategy, keep you organized, help you get what you need from your clients, and it'll give you that timeline so that you're getting all of it in the right time frame to be successful for your clients. So in your press plan, you need to incorporate things like holidays, any launches or other initiatives they have, long and short lead pitching. So you have all of that planned out, and you have a pretty big picture of what you're going to be working on every month, and you have enough timeline to incorporate those bigger, high visibility things that you want to be focusing on for your clients. So what does it actually look like on a monthly, weekly, and a daily basis? In any given month, you should always be pitching both long lead and short lead, but they're different topics. So long lead in a certain month will eventually become your short lead pitches in another month, which means that you can repurpose those previous pitches. You can take a look back on what might have gotten some traction and go a little deeper on that angle. You can look at something that didn't really get a lot of response and retool it and then pitch it again for short lead. But you take a look at what happened. It's almost like a little bit of a preview of how your short lead pitching will convert. So you can retool, you can go back to it and like get more traction out of those pitches. So you take your long lead pitches, you retool them for short lead. And that means that you are keeping tabs on multiple months worth of editorial calendars and opportunities for each of your clients at all times. Not to overwhelm you or anything like that. I know it sounds like a ton of work, and that's because it is. But when I say editorial calendars, those are the publications putting usually together in a advertising, what do they call it? Media kit, right? So it's not usually for PR pros to know what to pitch. It's for advertisers to know what issues to consider when paying for their ads. So they know what those issues are going to cover. You're going to see what publications are working on for the upcoming month and what they're working on for long lead timing. And so you're planning your long lead pitches, and then, like I said, eventually become short lead pitches. So that's what I have for you today. Super basic one, but I think because it's come up time and time again in our community, we're all curious about those changing lead times, short lead, long lead, what sort of qualifies as both. How do we work those lead times into our pitching activities so we're timing it right? And I hope that was helpful, and have a great rest of your weekend. Take care. See you soon.